Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Okay, and I'm back. Now, that was a really long cutscene, but even though it was even though it was like a very long cutscene, there are actually very few cutscenes within the game, so you don't need to worry about like just sitting there like watching all these cutscenes. That's like one of very few ones you actually get. Now, the person that we saw on the roof is character we'll meet in a bit. Now, okay, I just want to get a few things out of the way. As I said earlier. Oh god, we'll be fighting him soon. As I said earlier, I'm playing on keyboard, and the controls for keyboard are really, really weird. They're not bad. Then the controls aren't bad. Well, they are. When you first play them, the controls are terrible. You do not understand what things are, how to do them, and so on. But you get used to it after a while. A very long while. And I played this for a very long time, and the controls still kind of annoy me, but it's not that they're bad, they're just awkwardly placed in terms of where you think things would be like. Most games that you play, shift is like run, stuff like that. Instead, space is run, space is roll, and space is also jump. And you can guess how annoying that gets after a while. Shift is parry, caps lock is block. That's irritating in a way, but I get used to that. Now, we just rested at a bonfire. This is going to be the checkpoint system in the game, essentially. And we can get things like, we can get our health back at bonfires, we can refill our Estus flasks, which is our healing item, and we can change back to human. And later on, repair items and stuff. Now, up there, right up there, that's what we need to fight. Yep, we're going to fight that right now. Oh, no, I'm not. Nope. We're actually going to go this way and rest at this bonfire now. Yeah, that very long cutscene at the beginning of the game, but also a really important cutscene because it establishes the backstory within the game. It's the lore within this game is absolutely incredible. It's amazing how like interesting and like little they leave like to the player. Like the game gives you breadcrumbs and that's it. There is no like facts within the lore. There are very few facts indeed, but everything is left to the imagination of the player, and you know, not everything is as it seems. So I could think that an NPC's intentions are this, but it might be completely wrong, or maybe he doesn't have any intentions, or like there is no backstory. He's just there for the sake of having a character there. But you know. And I'm going to be talking about the lore in Dark Souls a lot, because I have my own like personal viewpoints on a few things here and there, like specific characters' backstories, who they represent, and so on. So we're going to go through here and talk to this chap. Oops.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. Then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Right, that was one of the first NPCs we just met in the game, and that is Oscar of Astora, as people believe that he is. And the reason how we know his name is because of cut dialogue from the actual game, and I believe he just killed himself then. Now, what he was talking about is in the realm, in the land of Dark Souls and the lore, there is a curse that has appeared, and it's like the Dark Sign cursed, and anyone who is like cursed with it essentially cannot die. They continue, like, say, respawning at the bonfire. I am doing horrible at this bit. They respawn at the bonfires, and gradually, as they keep dying, they eventually go hollow, which is what these people are. And the way to stop yourself from hollowing is to find a purpose. And many NPCs have different purposes, which like relate to what their character is. And the Chosen Undead is essentially the person who will, as he says, make a pilgrimage from the Undead Asylum to the land of ancient lords, and will basically... I'm terrible at this. Will basically like, bring about like the ending of the game. Like he'll either bring out the Age of Darkness or not. Now that was a special attack I just did on the Asylum Demon. Forgot the name of it for a second. Now, best way to attack this boss is to attack its rear. Yep, stab it in the ass. So we're just gonna wait for that attack. That always gets me for some reason. Oh, best way to avoid his attacks is to roll in the direction of the attack. Getting some frame rate there. Oh. And another thing to do is, like, when you're fighting him, switch to, like, two-handed. If you play on keyboard, it's the left Alt key. Sweet. Get some humanity out of that, and a number of souls. Well, when they actually appear. And, yeah, switch to two-handed. There is no way to block his attacks in early level. You will essentially be murdered if you try and do that. And, yeah, you do more damage with two-handed anyway. A lot of bosses have this thing, but, some of them, you're going to want the shield. Right, we're going to just go here for a second. We're gonna come back to this part.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Now, we're going to make note of that, because we're going to come back later once we get an item from, well, when we actually go to Lordran. This is not going to be the first time, this is not going to be like the only time we come here. We do in fact come back here and fight that demon from earlier that I met, and I'm just gonna watch this cutscene again.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And here we are, Firelink Shrine.